Welcome to this sound meditation. This meditation is designed to be carried out seated in a chair in a quiet place where you won't be disturbed. Just sitting away from the back of the chair, bringing the head up straight, relaxing the shoulders, adopting a position of dignified attention. Feet are planted firmly on the floor, arms and hands just resting in the lap or wherever feels comfortable. Eyes closed, or just taking up a soft gaze in front of you. And coming now to focus on the breath. So on the in-breath and the out-breath. Just noticing where the air comes in through the nose or the mouth. You might feel a coolness at the back of the throat. Or some warmth to the air as it exits the body. Just noticing the rise and the fall of the chest. The rise and the fall of the abdomen as you sit here, just noticing the breath. You might notice that short space between the in-breath and the out-breath. All your attention focused on your breathing. Maybe there's a texture to the breath. Maybe it's moving quite smoothly today. Maybe it feels a bit sticky and not flowing quite so freely. Just becoming the observer of your breath. If your mind is trying to distract you, just recognize that's what it's doing, and don't give yourself a hard time. Just guiding it gently back to the breathing. You're not trying to breathe. You're just observing the breath as it is for you in this moment, right here now. So allowing the body to just relax. Maybe sink a little bit deeper into the seat. And with the next out breath, we're just going to send the attention down through the hips, down to where the feet are in contact with the floor. Just noticing the soles of your feet, the heel, the ball of the foot pressing into the floor. Just feeling that touch point. Any sensations in the feet where they make contact with the floor, or your sock or shoe. You might notice heat, cold, maybe a tingling sensation. If there's nothing there for you today, just being aware of the position of your feet in relation to the rest of your body. Again, noticing if your mind has wandered away. Bring it back gently as we move from the feet up the legs to where your thighs and bottom are in contact with the chair. Noticing the sit bones, the bottom resting on the cushion or the surface of the seat that you're sitting on. Focus all your attention on that contact point between the body and the surface. Feel the weight of your body as it presses down into the seat. Again, noticing the mind. Just bringing it into focus gently on where the body comes into contact with the chair. Now just feeling the breath in the belly. Just noticing the rise and fall with each breath, that small movement in the belly. As we now bring our attention to focus on our sense of hearing, so focusing on sound. We're starting inside the body, listening for any sounds coming from within the body. Maybe some gurgling in the tummy, sound of your breath. Not trying to label the sounds or create a mental story around them, just being aware of them. Just really tuning in. Now moving outside the body into the room that you're sitting in. Just do any noises that you can hear. Maybe the gentle hum of a computer or a ticking clock. Not searching for sounds or making them happen, just trying to receive the sounds. Notice where the sounds are coming from, emerging from this emptiness. Perhaps the sound is changing in volume. Maybe there's a constant background hum, or a disappearing away into nothingness. Not adding any labels or judgments or stories. And now sending your attention outside the room. Seeing if there are any sounds reaching you, bird song, vehicle noises, maybe some voices, people talking in another room. Just expanding your hearing range now. Again, trying not to label or judge anything as good or bad, just noticing if the mind wants to add a label. And as best you can, just receiving the sound, allowing the sound to be, paying attention to the silence that it emerges from, the development of the sound itself, and noticing its absence. Similar to thinking, the sounds are rising out of nothing. If you don't give them attention, judgment or labels, disappear again into nothing, just like thoughts. Now really expanding your hearing range to its full capacity. Detecting sounds from furthest away, maybe a distant road, wind in the trees, maybe a dog barking. Really listening for those sounds coming from furthest away. Maybe noticing a sense of alertness when we're tuned in like this to listening to sounds far away. As we now bring our awareness back to sounds coming from inside the room. Again, not looking for sounds, just noticing where you're adding a label. If there are no sounds close by, just focusing your attention on your sense of hearing. Your mind is trying to distract you, just guiding it back to listening. The next out breath, I'm going to come back into the body, listening for those internal sounds. Very close-up sounds, digestion, breathing. Perhaps you can hear your pulse or your heart beating in your chest. Just all your attention focused on any sounds coming from within the body. Now we're just going to return back to the breath, back to the area of the abdomen, that rise and fall of the belly. That subtle movement with each in-breath and each out-breath. And just following a whole breath on its way into the body and out again. Noticing your awareness in this present moment. The only moment there is. Just seeing if you can keep that awareness as we come to the end of this meditation.